Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about your local library as an asset in your journey. If you are like me, you don't have a big giant space at home for your workspace. There's a lot of distractions around. There's people always needing you for some reason. So if that is your case, or if you don't have access to a computer, then your local library is going to be like a huge giant deal for you. Local libraries now have internet access, plus they also have computers that usually has some type of word processing program that you can use. I talk about word processing programs in a different video. I'm gonna link below if you haven't heard that one. And also I talked about having a workspace in another video. I'll link those below so you can see them if you want. I use the local library pretty much as a working space because I know I can go in there, I'm gonna have internet, it's gonna be nice and cool, and I put my headphones on and I can get in the zone and just write and forget about everything else. And the people that are close to me know that when I go to the library, I'm going there to work. So it's kind of like going out to work. One of the downfalls for me, at least, of having my workspace in my room is that I don't sleep well. I have a severely disabled child that doesn't like to sleep at all. So if I am usually in my workspace at home and I look, I'm like, my bed. So hello, what do you think happens? I end up sleeping or taking a nap instead of working, and that you can't have that. So instead I go to the library, and then I know I can just fall asleep because I don't want to slobber all over the table in public or something. Another good reason for going to the library is that you can find a lot of help with your research, especially if you are gonna write historical or non-fiction of some kind. Then your local library, you can take out books, check them out for like a month, at least that's in my library, and you can get up to, I think, like 30 or 50 books at a time or something like that. When I talk about research, I'm going to tell you little tricks that I have when I have to do some research for my stories, and the library is invaluable for that. Also, usually librarians are pretty nice, at least the ones in my town are, and if you need some help finding something, they can help you out. Or if you have some problems with actually using a computer, then they can also help you with that. So my tip for you for today is, you know what? Check your town, check your county, at least in the United States. The libraries are free for you to use. So if you don't have a library account or a library card, go ahead and get one and go check it out. You might be surprised of what you find at your local library nowadays. And also, there is a lot of books there from every genre you can think of. And a good thing to do that I didn't know, and I kind of didn't believe it was so for a while, was that if you're gonna write or you're thinking about writing in a particular genre, you should read other authors that already are published books in the same area. Not only are you going to learn a lot from them, but you are going to learn things that you don't want to do. So it's not only, this is how I want to write. You might find some authors like that. I did. But you also might find where you're like skipping millions of pages and be like, oh my gosh, what's going on with this book? And then you have to think, what is this person doing that is making me skip all these pages? Because obviously you don't want to do it in your story. Well, especially in my case, I want to write stories like the stories I like to read, that I actually want to read. And given the fact that, if you don't have an editor, you're going to have to read your story like 3 million times before publication, then that's a good idea. With that said, I would say that one of the biggest tips that I'm going to give you in this whole series, in this channel, is to use your local library. It's a big asset for you as a writer, and you should not let it go to waste. I try to go every day. The days I don't go, I'm like, oh man, I don't feel like I did enough, because usually when you're there, you're like focused on working and nothing else. So it's really good for you, and you should, especially if you're starting out, you should make yourself do things and think of your writing as your job, and going to the library is pretty much as going to your job, if you know, if you have the time to do that. So that's all for the library for right now. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the library when I talk about research and researching your book and your stories and your ideas. But until then, that's all I have, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please comment below and press the like button. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you stick around and get to know you. So that's about it. Peace out.